Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to another Hold My Coffee 2021 update. Today is release day for A Huntsman's Hatred, Book 3 in the Huntsman of Adamos series. And I just wanted to read you a little bit and see if there's would be any interest in me doing a series perhaps on my writing process, because as most of you know, I am a stroke survivor. I do have pretty significant brain damage, and um, so writing has its own unique challenges for me, and I kind of have some systems to try and get around that. So if you'd like to learn more about that and some of my writing processes, just leave me a comment below. I also am thinking about doing my whip chat series that I did for 2 years um, on Twitter, to see if there'd be interested in videos on the whip chat series. Um, so I guess without further delay, I will read you an excerpt from A Huntsman's Hatred. Urieth dreamed he was floating in a soft cocoon of light. Fleur was asleep in his arms as she should be. His heart felt happy and at peace as he tried to remember how they got there. His heart did not want to remember what his mind sought. It came back painfully slowly, and it horrified him. The darkness attacked her, changed her. His father ordered him to help her fight it. So they did. While their souls were connected, he discovered something in her memories. She was sitting in an ancient submerged temple, flipping metal cylinders out of a rectangular casing. She was holding her curved sword in her other hand. Her scars were dark on her arms. His brother was there. And Urieth was amazed at how similar they looked, because he and Abriath looked nothing alike. Caliph and a strange-looking youth were begging her to let them heal her. She refused, saying she needed to keep her power to fight the enemy. Then she struck at them with dark lightning. Something staggered her, and the memory went dark. Urieth watched her building strange devices and open a portal to a world of darkness and dust. He shuddered in horror when he saw himself come from the dust to be rescued. Urieth knew she sacrificed much in that place, but afterward she chose the darkness before his brother saved her, and her choice was the only thing that mattered to his honor. Looking away from her memories, Urieth knew where he was, and he had been in this place with his mother before they determined he was not to be an oracle. He was in the celestial veil of the sacred light. He realized Fleur was still in his arms, and he jerked awake, back into consciousness in the real world. There she was laying in his arms too, but they were both changed into sleeping clothing. The simple linen shift made her look innocent, but his mind knew the truth. Slowly he extracted himself from the bed. He felt like he had not moved in many days. He could not feel her soul. His muddled mind tried to reach out to his brother, because he could hear Abriath arguing with his parents down the hall. He felt like his senses were dulled and wrapped in wool as he staggered unsteadily to his feet. His father was explaining about some ancient kind of magic, and his mother declared it was Urieth's fault they had not woken. She was just saying she did not know when they would wake when he made it to the door. I am awake now, mother, His words slurred as he spoke. Abriath leaped to his feet and rushed to aid his twin. As he helped Uriath to a chair, Uriath demanded, "What did she do to me?" Abriath looked over at his parents. "Why can't we feel each other? I can only sense the same numbness as when he slept." Yelena carefully placed her warm hands on Uriath's temple and glowed. But instead of the soothing balm of soul-healing magic, he felt nothing as her light surrounded him. "What did that Cruatrix do to me?" he repeated harsher. "Fleur is not a priestess of blood and I lost my place. Blood and shadows. And it wasn't her magic that did this. Your soul is the one which refused to release hers when the magic ended," his mother explained firmly. "You are sealed to her, and she to you. You can't just reject her." "But I don't want her. Were you ever going to tell me what she truly is, Mother? Father? She's a dark magic wielder. Would you have me sealed to a dark one for all time?" Uriath growled in unveiled hostility. "After what they did to my family, what they did during the war." Technically, Fleur is a dual magic wielder, an Aunt Umbra oracle or illuminatrix. But it was not by her choice. She was made to be what she was. Adamos was interrupted by Uriath's raging questions. "Are you sure about that, Father? Because in her memories I saw her choosing to keep the dark magic." "What?" Abrath demanded. "I found what she was hiding. I saw her in a temple. Our brother was trying to coax her into letting them heal her, and she refused. All the torture she goes through in the place of our imprisonment made her willing to embrace the darkness. What she turned into our last night in the King's City, it wasn't the first time she became that sorceress, and I doubt it will be the last," Uriath revealed. "His love is what saved her in the future, and now, with him unavailable, you expect me to love her with the same devotion, despite her darkness. I won't do it. You can't expect me to." "Do you truly know the horrors she endured? She fought her way back. Every time. She used every weapon, every magic within her grasp. I would do the same if I had her power," Yelena shouted at him with tears running down her face. "I will do anything to save our family, our people, even allow the one I love as my daughter to be tortured almost into insanity to gain her true power. So yes, my eldest, I expect you to find a way past your prejudice." Uriath trembled enraged as he faced his mother. Then he ran his hand over his face in a frustrated gesture. His fingertips traced the scar which started above his left eye and ran down his cheek. A scar he would not have after his restoration. "I saw what we become, Mother. And the device Caliph uses to save her? She uses it to give us back our bodies after our imprisonment. Orin and Yore are building it now." "We don't have bodies? How are we alive?" Abrath demanded. "Your souls will survive to be resurrected in new bodies when the time comes," Adamos answered quietly. "I would rather die," Uriath announced flatly, and his mother slapped him. "Never say that. Yelena snapped at him. He and Abriath gaped at her, shocked, because she had never struck either of them before. Trembling, she balled her hands into fists. Everything we have done, everything we will do for the next several thousands of years will be to ensure our house and our people survive, that the entire universe survives the onslaught of the Devourer and his shadow army. Tell that to Fleur, Mother. Tell her you did it all to save our house, after she buried her children and friends, after her sealed one went into the light with her holding his hand. Tell her why you did it after she lived through the agony of worlds dying around her. Tell her her darkness. It was to save our house after all she has been through. The darkness wants her back. It took her twice. It will take her again. Some day she won't be able to resist. Urieth growled at his mother. Enough, Urieth, Adamos roared at him. If the darkness succeeded in taking her, she would not be here now, and the future would be forever lost. Fleur is stronger than you think. I know she will be the one to save our family and our people. Fleur will always fight, will always do whatever she must to fight the shadows, even if it means wielding their own darkness against them. Yelena rose to her full height, her light glowing around her like the full moon. She will always choose to fight, and she will never give up. Adamos nodded in agreement to his wife's assessment. Urieth sneered as he glared at them. Perhaps, Mother. Or perhaps this time she will choose to betray us all. He rose unsteadily to his feet, clutching his brother's arm. I will have nothing more to do with Fleur beyond what is absolutely necessary to get the tear away safely and protect Serene for the future. Urieth, don't do this, his mother warned. She loves you. He gave her a cold look. You will not manipulate me into love and marriage again, Mother. Then he staggered out with Abriath's help. Yelena looked at Adamos helplessly as he folded her into his arms. Be patient, my golden one. He will come around. I pray you speak true, my love, and that it won't be too late. Thank you for being here for my book launch. You can find A Huntsman's Hatred on Amazon with the links below. And the Huntsman's Honor, a Huntsman's Honor and A Huntsman's Heart, the two books before this one, are also listed below, along with the pre-sale for A Huntsman's Horror, which will be releasing in March. I hope you have a blessed and lovely day, and remember, when you start getting down, just hold up your copy and say, 2021, I got things to do.